Okay, I got something to say, women around the world and men that support us. I know I brag about you all the time. I think I have the best viewers and listeners. But man, oh man, have you touched my heart with all the people you're bringing to me for Prop It Up Tuesday. So if you don't know about it already, I'm doing over on LinkedIn what's called Prop Up Tuesday, where you send somebody that's just an awesome human being to me, and I put their name in my jar, and then every Tuesday I pick out a name and we prop them up all week long for all the good things they've done. So if you haven't nominated somebody, please do. But man, oh man, oh man, I am blown away by all the amazing people in the world. You just got to keep your eyes open for it, right? So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, speaking of awesome humans, let me introduce you to my next guest, Karen Lee Cohen. Hey, Karen.
Hi, Sandy. So good to see you.
Well, Karen, I'm sitting here looking at Let's Be Peace. If you're not watching, she has a book out called Let's Be Peace. And now I think there's going to be one, Let's Be Joy. I'm just saying. And her background says, Let's Be Peace. And just looking at your background, Karen, it just calms me down right away. It just makes my heart open up even more. Even just the suggestion of Let's Be Peace. It's awesome.
I have to credit Kelly Ratzlaff, who is in the Let's Be Peace book. She also designed the cover
Oh,
and she designed the background for me. So props to
thank
Kelly.
yeah,
She's
props to
extraordinary.
Kelly. There you go. And it just like I come on, I'm like, oh, okay. I feel quite ease and flow. All right, Karen. Well, I really appreciate you being here. I think we met through my buddy, my pal, and your friend, Brenda McGregor. So let's give her some props. And you just told me you met through Zoom, the power of Zoom over COVID, right?
Yes. And it's interesting, two of my closest friends now, one is Brenda and the other is Kelly. I only know via Zoom. We have never met in person, but we forged such a strong relationship that I consider them among my best friends.
Oh, that makes me so happy. All right, let's get into it. I'm going to read some of your bio, then we'll weave the other into the program, and then we'll get to the one thing you want to tell men and women around the world. Cool?
Sounds good.
All right. She's had one heck of a journey. Woo. Karen Lee Cohen is an 8-time Regional Emmy Award-winning producer and executive producer, former director of programs for WNBC-TV in New York, and founder and president of Crystal Pyramid Productions, Inc., and the Let's Be Peace movement. In her 2023 NIEA Award-winning prescriptive memoir, It's About Time, my award-winning TV adventure, Karen describes the ups and downs of her longtime career in the television business, gives tips to up-and-comers looking to get in and stay in the business and the spiritual threads throughout her career. I'm just going to go in and read the rest because it's just flowing. Let's Be Peace, 20 unique paths to healing yourself and spreading peace in the word. Wait, I got the book here. If you can see it, Let's Be Peace. I freaking love it. 20 unique paths to healing yourself and spreading peace in the world. I freaking love it. It's her second book, a collaborative work about alternative health and wellness modalities and spiritual journeys. Karen's entrepreneurial goals include launching a podcast and YouTube channel for the Let's Be Peace movement. Who doesn't want that? The mission of this project is to explore the multitude of options we all have on personal journey to health and wellness and the pursuit of being and spreading peace. Okay, we're done. I'm happy. I love what you're putting out in the world. Let's just call it a day. No, that's awesome. I love that. Okay, here we go. So I was asking Karen, what's the one thing she wants to let women know around the world and men that support us? And we got a few, but I'm going to start with this one and build on it because it's huge. Love and trust yourself. Why'd you pick that one, Karen? And then we'll get into the other one.
It's actually something that came to me while I was writing the Let's Be Peace book. And so I give credit to my angels and my guides because I so resonate with it. It's one of the tips that we give away on the website. One of the things that I've learned in my journey over many decades is that we really have a great deal of ability and power that we came into this world with. We aren't really taught that, most of us. We're really not taught to love and trust ourselves, or at least I wasn't, and I don't really, I don't know anyone, certainly not of my generation, and even a lot of the young people that I work with. Um, and to me, it's become the essential um, motto. When I love and I trust myself, I make better decisions.
Yeah, that's
You
so
know, and
true.
I'm not looking to the outside, and I go inside. I've come to call it my own GPS system, and that would be, intuition, I kind of like calling GPS because we all use GPS to some degree now. And really when I really go into my GPS system, and that's loving and trusting myself,
Yeah,
the answers that I'm seeking are there. Now, I very often go out and talk to teammates and and other people from different modalities because I don't always trust my GPS system.
yeah,
But I do know, I intellectually know the answers are there. Whether I'm able to get in touch with it 24/7, and I don't beat up on myself if I can't. I don't hesitate to call one of my teammates, the many extraordinary people, many of them are in the Let's Be Peace book, who help me find my guidance, help me find my GPS
mm,
system. So love and trust yourself is the key, but don't hesitate to allow other trusted people in your life.
yeah. So I get a lot of questions about that, by the way, so many questions. And the number one question, which is the rewiring, which we talked about, there weren't many people, we didn't come into the world going, yeah, love, and trust yourself. We didn't even think that was the farthest thing from it. So I'm going to sum up a few of them. We'll call her Sally Bell. Dear Karen, I so believe in love and trusting myself, but most days I can't get there. When I look at my past and the decisions I've made, I really can't get to the love. Sometimes maybe like, but I can't get to loving myself. I've made so many mistakes and so many things I regret. How will I, oh, I'm gonna get teary-eyed. How will I ever overcome them so that I can truly love and trust myself?
Well, it's one of the main tips. Forgive yourself and forgive others. Whatever is you feel needs to be forgiven from the past. It's time to stop, think about it, and forgive yourself. There really is nothing so awful that you can't forgive yourself, as hard as that may be, and forgive others. We find a great deal of peace from forgiving others. And one of the things that helps me is before I get out of bed and when I get into bed at night and before I get out of bed in the morning, is I do my gratitudes. And one of the things that I have found is the more I wake up remembering what I have to be grateful for, the apartment that I live in, the people in my life, the books that I've been blessed
Yeah,
to write. If I wake up with that in my being, that helps me love myself more. That I've been able to create this peaceful life for myself. And again, it's not 24/7, and don't um,
yeah.
expect it to be 20. I mean, if you can reach that, that's great. But if you start out the day that way, and if you end the day that way, I think you'll find that you can be more peaceful more often. And by forgiving, you will love yourself. You came in perfect, and you're still perfect. It's just a matter of
I love that.
owning that.
Okay, so I've had some personal experience, not as much as you in the TV world. So I have to ask, when I was on NBC 10, and I was there for 10 years, and I had many producers, and they mostly were awesome, but they were everything but peaceful. I mean, it was crazy town. I mean, when I would go live, some of them would be swearing at me, not because they were mean, they were tense. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, blah, 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 get on the horse, do this, because I was doing all these fitness things. And it was like this, an adrenaline rush most of the time. And then trying to get a camera. What do you mean the fitness girls getting the camera? We got to, how did you find peace in that? Or was it a different time and it segued? Like, because the two to me, it's like, whoa, if you can find peace in that world, holy moly.
I love you, Sandy. Um, I can't say that I really had the same peace philosophy then. I don't think
Okay. Well,
I don't think I had the awareness then. I
yeah.
think and some of the people in my memoir, one of the things I did with my memoir is I asked people to send me memories that they had, and I put it at the end of the chapter that they applied to. And I think I tended to be in our meetings, and not when we're in live. That's a whole nother world. But in meetings and encouraging people to participate, I think I tended to be peaceful, even if I wasn't feeling peaceful. Uh,
Okay.
and I'll give my mom credit for that. I mean, she taught us to be good listeners. And when you listen and hear people and
Mm, mm,
you can understand them better. And I think learning how to listen, which is something that I did throughout my career as much as I could, that helps keep the calm and keep the peace. Thank you for reminding me of that, because I really had forgotten about that. But the real, I mean, my whole Let's Be Peace movement, that really started, well, mm, my whole efforts to being peace as 24/7 started about 20 years ago.
and why? Like, was there any like,
Um,
aha, like I need this in my life?
again, I give, I give my angels and guys credit. I was working for the singer Jewel, and her mom wrote a book called Architecture of All Abundance. And in that book, she talks about we will have peace when each one of us is peaceful, one person at a time. And that was my aha moment. I absolutely went, oh my gosh. And I
Can you say
started,
that again? Can you stop that? I want to make sure we get that. Say that again.
we will have peace in the world, one person at a time.
Okay.
When we are peaceful, we will create peace in the world.
Cool. Okay. Go ahead.
And I just resonated with it. And so I started putting in all my social media, hashtag be peace. And in a conversation with one of my nieces, she said, Auntie Karen, that's too demanding. And so I changed it because I had done a workshop with a wonderful woman named Dorothy Lee Donahue, who's in the Let's Be Peace book. And she said when she was in a high corporate job, she used to always tell people, let's do this. And by adding the let's, it made it more inclusive. So I took that and changed it to Let's Be Peace. So that's the technical journey of where Let's Be Peace came from.
By the way, I did go through your book, but it's one of those books, you have to put by your bedside. It's like a guidebook. And
Sandy, I cannot tell you how happy that makes me. I mean, quite a few people say that, and that just, I mean,
yeah,
that's like, thank you. You could not give me a better compliment than
yeah,
that.
and,
It's
and
not
like
almost
I'll
everybody.
open up to a different thing and I'm like, okay, I was supposed to see that today, and I like getting the different views. They all have the same value system, but they're all coming at it from a different angle. And
Exactly.
that resonates with me. It
Good.
really does. All right, so we're going to touch on this because I just so happen to be a big angel person. I have my 5 angels, and you mentioned them a lot. So tell me about your angels. And have you always been in tune with them?
No, I mean, I obviously, when I go back and when I wrote my memoir, and when I go back and I look at it, obviously I was getting messages all my life, but it really wasn't until about 7 or 8 years ago where I met Sue Storm, the angel lady, through a radio show. And she said, if you just sign up, I'll tell you who your guardian angels are. And this is very odd, but I grew up not knowing that people who were raised in the Jewish religion had angels. I mean, I now know that everybody has angels and that is very
Yeah.
much
Oh, I
part of
understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
but that was not how I was raised. So I became just totally engaged with my angels. She gave me my guardian angels, which are Archangel Michael and Archangel Gabriel. And then Sue and I have sessions often, and she gives you lists of, and she's in the book. So if you get the
Yep.
book,
Yeah.
you'll know how to reach him. She talks about, I mean, Bernard and Raymond are for technology, and Rita is for writing, and there's all kinds of angels out there who are just waiting to help, and they don't help until you ask them because
Yeah.
they need to be called on. So no, it's relatively recent for me to be aware with certainly within the last 10 years of angels and guides, and now I talk to them all the time. It's, they're part of my gratitudes, they're part of my life.
Yeah.
And when so is something was not working technologically, and
Yeah.
I kept asking Bernard and Raymond, and it wasn't being fixed. And I called Sue and I said, "How come they're not? It's not being fixed." And she so she tuned into them, and they said, "Because you're supposed to rest."
Wow. I love that.
I knew you would. That's why I don't share that story. I'm just like, okay, I guess I didn't get the message. Meanwhile, it was affecting work that I had to do. And
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
done workarounds, but it was like, okay, there's an answer.
Well,
I,
Karen, I don't know if I told you this, but since I've been probably as long as I can remember, so let's just go with 9. And life was difficult. I'd be like calling all angels, where are you? And so I believed wholeheartedly that I had 5 angels and they were always going to look out for me. And I named them. And then I would have symbols of them. And it got to the point where when people say, are you going to be okay? Your situation, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, I'm more worried about you. I got 5 angels and they're looking after me. And I swear to you, the therapists and the teachers and the priests and ministers that would come up to the home and be concerned with me because of my family, they'd be like, I think she is okay. And I go, I told you, I'm good. I'm more concerned with you. And it got to the point, I'm not kidding you, that people would ask to borrow one of my angels. I'd say, okay, how long are we talking? Let's talk smack. How long do you need it for? Let me see who I have to send you. All right, I need it back by Tuesday. But I truly believe that, like in guides, in your universal power. And I was always a firm believer, like, why am I so lucky? How do I not know? How does not the whole world know this is there for them and they can tune in and tap into it whenever they want it? So for me, the message wasn't so much the angels, but it was about tapping into this universal love and joy. My middle name is Joy. And by the way, everyone, when Karen and I met with the Let's Be Peace, and she's like, oh, I think I'm doing a Let's Be Joy book. I'm like, what? Where's the nut? Where's the squirrel? I couldn't believe it. So it,
and you're going to be in it.
I know, I'm so excited. But I truly believe that it's so untapped. Just like when you talk about one of your tips is breathing, which I want to get into. Everyone can do it, but we don't. And I think the reason, because I've been pulling so many people throughout my life about certain things that I believe could really make a huge difference in your life. And it's because it's too easy and it's free. Like it's not uphill both ways and it's not challenging. So it can't work. Do you know what I mean? Like it can't work. Like
Plus
every
it's
morning,
edited and it's free.
yeah. Well, because every morning since I've used movement, words, and laughter to get in a positive, powerful mindset, and it only takes me a minute, 3 minutes. But no matter what, I'm doing that. And there are days that are rough. Believe me, there are. The difference is I shift out of it quicker. But one of the things that I didn't utilize as much until recently, and I still don't think I do, is the breathing. So I would like you to talk more about the breathing.
Well, one of the techniques that I mentioned in the piece tips is the 4-4-4-4. And what's been added to that is when you count, I well, I'm gonna put your audience through the 4-4-4-4.
Okay.
Breathe in for 4, 1 let's be peace, 2 let's be peace, 3 let's be peace, 4 let's be peace. Hold for 4, 1 let's be peace, 2 let's be peace, 3 let's be peace, 4 let's be peace. Breathe out for 4, 1 let's be peace, 2 let's be peace, 3 let's be peace, 4 let's be peace. And hold for 4, 1 let's be peace, 2 let's be peace, 3 let's be peace, 4 let's be peace. Do you feel more centered?
Well, I can tell you now, I'm not going to kill the squirrel that destroyed my plants outside today.
Good.
I was,
See?
squirrely, I call him my joy angel,
Mm.
but I went out there and my huge pot, I'm just saying, Karen, you dug it up looking for peanuts. I was on a mission, but now I might think it's okay.
The squirrel is one of my power animals, so I'm very fond of
I
squirrels.
love squirrels. We have a squirrel gravesite. The neighbors, by the way, the neighbors call me and my son. My son's 21. He knows we both love squirrels. Okay, don't judge me for this. It's kind of whacked. But if there's a dead squirrel near us on the road, my neighbors call us and we go and scoop it up and we bury it. And we have a grave site for the squirrels. I love them.
That's well, the squirrel inside of me thanks you.
Something that most people don't know about me.
Well, the fun thing is that a friend of mine suggested she just told me out of the blue after she knew about the Let's Be Peace movement. She said, now when I'm writing or when I'm whatever I do, as opposed to saying one Let's Be Peace, two Let's Be Peace, I say, I mean, one Mississippi, two Let's Be Peace,
Oh,
one Let's Be Peace, two Let's Be Peace. And I
cool.
just resonated with that. So now when I do my breathing, when I do my yoga, I count with Let's Be Peace. And it does center me more. It's just, it's just putting that peaceful words into my body. So thank you, Irene, for
Thank you, Irene. And you just gave me an idea. Depending on what my word is, I might do that with my breathing, like one let be joy for that day, or one let be love, one let be peace, one because I always pick a different word. I'm going to do that in my breathing.
oh, that's a good idea. That's yeah.
Because I always have a different word. And so whatever my word is, I'm going to say like one let, like today's love, one let be. Oh, thank you, Karen. I love that. Yeah. So here we are. And I have all these people writing me about, which I'm sure you've heard a lot about. It's really difficult for them to be in a peaceful mindset right now. There just seems to be, there's always stuff, I get there's always stuff, but I do hear them. They seem to feel like there's a little bit more stuff right now. And they wanted to know if you had any techniques of really how to drown out or quiet all the things going on in the world, because it seems even for my people that do meditate, do find peace, joy, and love, they're having a rougher time of it. And I don't think they're making an excuse, Karen. I think it is a bit rougher.
I agree. I think it's more challenging, but one thing that I've done for many, 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 many years, I used to produce news, and you can relate to that. Only on a rare occasion when there were strikes, but one of the things I've told people for many years is to not watch the news. But if you do have to watch it, don't watch it before you go to bed. And I also ask them to not let their children watch news.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Part of what's going on, and I'm of the generation where we had, 4 or 5, we had network stations and a few independent stations, and there was only an hour and a half of news every day, and now there's 24/7. And that, I believe, has created a world where people have had to bring up things that we don't particularly need to know. They just have time to fill. So I'm very careful what I let into my into my home. I don't watch violent television shows. I don't watch standard news shows. And what's amazing to me, Sandy, and I've done this for many years, there is nothing I need to know that I don't know. It's whether the angels and guides are giving me, or it's coming through the ethers, or if it's when, if
Yeah.
the other day I was flipping channels, and well, quite a while ago, and I'd been considering doing a flight, and I found out about an almost miss by the airlines that I was considering doing. If I need to know it, I know it. There is nothing. I know what's going on in the world. I just don't engage in it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
my friends know when we're doing. I have my high school buddies and I have a Zoom every 3 or 4 weeks, and they know that if they're going to talk about what's going on in the news, that I'm going to. I mean, it's fine, but I'm not going to stay on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everybody knows that now. If Karen's there, we don't talk about it.
Peace out. Peace out, Karen says.
Exactly. So I keep my world as peaceful as I can. I'm not in denial. I know what's going on. I know some of the things that would be considered atrocities by a lot of people. But
Right.
I also believe in sending lots of love and light to the people that we don't agree with.
I
Like,
agree.
you know, that's what I can do.
Yeah.
That's the difference I can make. So I suggest to people not to let the outside world in, and to the love and forgive yourself. I think, that's still part of it, and that's including forgiving those who we disagree with.
Same philosophy. They used to say, I live in a world with rose-colored glasses. I go, then tin 'em pink, because you don't want me focusing in on that. You want me to focus in on all the good in the world. And even the people you hate, I'm not going to hate. I may want to hang out with them, have dinner with them, but I'm still going to send them peace, love, and joy, because that's what I do. All right. So I want to end on this because we're running out of time, which I knew we would. Discover the different modalities that can aid you in improving your health and wellness. Own that when you are healthy, which is true, you can be more peaceful. When you are peaceful, you are more healthy. So, is there anything specifically they want to know? What do you do to stay healthy? What's your routine? What do you
I do
do?
almost everything that's in the book. Um,
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness, that's a lot. Woohoo!
well, but it's spread out over the year. I do acupuncture. I do massage when I can. Um, I do yoga, which actually is not currently in the book. Um, I really, it's doing my gratitudes in the morning. It's remembering who I am, why I'm here. I'm so grateful to have learned, what my mission is, to spread peace and to help people know that we have many, many alternatives. Um, so tapping is something that's very, very useful. And you don't do that every day. You do that when there's a particular issue, and there's a lot of people besides the wonderful woman in the book. You can go online and get
Yeah.
tapping techniques, and there's a lot of this. And one of the things that I ask everybody in the book to do is to talk about not only how to reach them, but how to reach somebody who does a similar modality, what to ask for, so that where you can get somebody to help you in these techniques. And so at some point in my life, I've done probably everything that's in the book, most things. But even that, I mean, a lot of energy healing, which quite a few of the people in the book do. They do a combination of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's not like any particular modality. They they know, they love and trust themselves. They know the gifts that they've been born with. They know what they can call upon, and they know how to assist us in having a more peaceful and healthy life. So I'm blessed to know so many people like that, and I'm very grateful.
And you've attracted them in, Karen. That's for sure. My husband was talking to me when I sold my health clubs in 2019. I was podcasting back then. He goes, "Are you going to still do that?" I'm like, "Heck yeah." I meet the most wonderful, amazing human beings, and every day, every single person, and I've been doing it for 16 years. I'm blown away by what I learned from them every single day. And I podcast twice a week, and it's incredible. And I'm like, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I got so many books. My husband like, you need a lot of help, like because they're self-help books. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's great. And I honestly, when people tell me about what other people do in the world, and I get that they're not all wonderful, amazing things, my world is filled with so many incredible people that I forget there's the other. It's the extreme opposite of most people. I forget that there's the other stuff out there.
That's a perfect technique. Can I add it to the tips?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, you can. Oh, Karen, thank you so much for being on the show. Before we go, how can they find you and how can they find your book?
Okay,
Everything.
both books are on Amazon. The easiest way to get it is to go to letsbepeace.com, and there's links to Amazon for both books. And also, if you sign up, you can to be part of the Let's Be Peace movement. You can download a PDF copy of the peace tips. So that's our gift to your audience.
Cool beans. And don't worry, people, will have everything in the show notes. And of course, you can always reach out to me if you're like, Sandy, I forgot that. I don't see that. Or Karen, we would welcome it. All
Yes.
right, hey, I got something to say, people. Thank you so much. Karen and I would really appreciate you sharing this, liking, rating it, and yes, subscribing. I keep forgetting. I've only had the YouTube channel for 80,000 years, and I forget to tell people about it. It does matter. I didn't think it did, but it does matter. So go ahead and subscribe, like it. And Karen would really appreciate you following her on all social media sites. And until next time, you know what I'm going to say. Thank you, Karen, and toodles.